All right, y'all. This is gonna be a pretty quick live stream. I'm sure they got some other live streams going on. I want to give you guys a forewarning right now. Do not come into this live stream with that optimistic sunshine and rainbows bullshit. Do not come into this live stream with that optimistic, it's early in the season, we got time to figure things out, Jameis is hurt, bullshit. Do not come into that live stream with this bullshit, okay? Call a spade a spade. We look like shit. But let me put my chest out a little bit. Because when Sean Payne retired or quit, whatever the hell you want to call it, and I got on the live stream and on the other Saints fans live streams, and I was like, y'all, this might be a problem. You don't lose a Hall of Fame quarterback and a top 5 coach and think everything's going to be rosy and rainbows. You know what everybody say? Oh, Jonathan, you being negative. Oh, Jonathan, you got to get this franchise some credit. How much credit did I get after that past 3 weeks? We look like the worst team in the league. And guess what? We don't have a first-round draft pick. We don't have a first-round draft pick because we gave it to the Philadelphia Eagles. We're probably going to be a top 5 draft pick, and we don't even have it. But I'm the negative one all the time, right? We just thought that losing Drew Brees and Sean Payne, everything's going to be all fine. Oh, yeah, everything's going to be fine. We're the Saints. We look like shit, y'all. We are Falcony quarter away from being 0-3. We got lucky in week 1. We got lucky at who we played because the Falcons find ways to choke. We look like shit for 3 weeks now. And there's always a goddamn excuse with Jameis, huh? Oh, it's back. We got to support him. Fuck that. I'm trying to win games. I like Jameis. I want Jameis to be successful. But you either got it in the NFL or you don't. But we always got excuses for him because he's wearing black and gold now. The same quarterback we talk so much shit about when he's with the Bucs. But when he's been on black and gold, oh, he has so much potential. Oh, we got the interceptions are never his fault. Fuck out of here, man. How much are we going to put up with this bullshit? And it's not just Jameis' fault. Don't get me wrong. I acknowledge that Jameis is hurt. I acknowledge that he should not even be playing right now. I know why he's playing. His career is on the line. I get why he's playing. I like Jameis. He's a hell of a leader. He's a hell of a person. I want him to be successful. But you either got it or you don't. Folks, he does not have it. He does not have it. Stop coming with the goddamn excuses for him. The man cannot call out a blitz to save his life. The man throws up Hail Marys every goddamn game. Stop making excuses to wear black and gold. There's always a fucking excuse with Jameis with y'all. And I like Jameis. I can call a spade a spade. All these damn fans. Oh, it was time for Sean Payne to go. It was time for Drew Brees to go. But how the hell does life without Sean Payne and Drew Brees look now, y'all? How the hell does life without Sean Payne and Drew Brees look now? But I'm sure I'm being negative. If that was the Falcons that we were watching for the past 3 weeks, we would be dancing on the Falcons' grave right now. But I'm sure because it's the Saints, we're like, oh, it's all right, it's early in the season. We're going to get it together. Hell out of here, y'all. We look like shit. And now we got to go to London. Michael Thomas has a bad fucking ankle. Jarvis Landry has a bad knee ankle. Kamara Crowley isn't right. James is obviously hurt. It's not looking good, y'all. It is not looking good. But I'm negative, right? I was being Debbie Downer when Sean Payne quit. Oh, don't worry, Jonathan. It's going to be all fine. As if Hall of Fame quarterbacks and Hall of Fame coaches grow on trees. And we just going to go outside and say, hey, here's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Come play for the Saints. The now is a hell of a day when you're a fan, folks. The now is a hell of a day. And we are in serious denial right now if we think the Saints are going to get this shit together. I'm not taking it out on y'all. I'm sorry. I just like the tanks after, and it convinced me because I was negative as hell when Sean Payne left, and then we signed Matthew and we signed Landry, and the fans were like, oh, I told you, John, I told you. He said we're still gonna be, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him a shot. We look like shit, y'all. We look like shit, and it's okay to admit that, guys. It's okay to admit that we look like shit. Because again, I promise you guys, if this was the Falcons the past 3 weeks, we will be dancing on their graves right now. But because it's the Saints, I'm sure I got fans in the comments saying, calm down, John. It was just week 2. We got plenty of time. Bullshit, y'all. Bullshit. We look like shit. How many times are we going to allow Jameis to not call on a blitz? How many times are we going to allow Jameis to just throw that motherfucker up and just hope for the best? It worked a few times today, but it also worked against us. He's not the answer, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not saying Andy Dalton is the answer, but we in a hell of a bad spot. We are in a hell of a bad spot because we don't even have our first round pick, y'all. So we can't even look at quarterbacks in the draft because we don't know what the fuck we're going to be drafting in round 2 at this point. Pray to God if the Cowboys or the Chargers sucking that we get a first round pick for Sean Payton, y'all, because that's our only shot at having some fucking hope. We are in a bad spot. We went balls to the wall this offseason thinking that we was a few moves away from still being a contender, and we were clearly wrong. We were clearly wrong. And I'm not mad that, we signed Matthew. I'm not mad that we signed Landry. I'm not mad that we traded up for Penny or Olave or whatever. I'm fine with a front office being aggressive and trying to be a good team. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm not blaming them for these offseason moves. But boy, when that shit blows up in your face, it blows up in your face. And we are nowhere close to being a contender. We are nowhere close to being a contender. And if you think that we are, you're lying to your goddamn self. And if you think that Jameis and your head is going to finally figure it out, you're lying to yourself. We look like shit, y'all. We look like shit. Admit it. With that said, let me read some of these comments. I might even listen to people. I'm trying to make this a quick live stream, but good Lord have mercy. The last Saint said that Jameis, I mean, he reminds me of Lonzo Ball, like a player who has the tools, but never really puts it together. But boy, does he have some stance that you would think that he's the next great thing. Again, I love Jameis. I love Jameis so much. I root actively for this guy to be a success. But the results are the results. Adam says the Saints need to play. I do agree with that because Jameis is not healthy. He's not healthy. I'm starting to think, I'm starting to. He said he already canceled his Bucks ticket. You know what? I would still go to the game because a road game is about the memories. Like, it's about the journey. I mean, even if your team sucks, I would still go to a road game if I were you. Go to the game, have fun. Life is short. Enjoy yourself. Maybe we upset the Bucks that game, but don't put too much, weight on a road trip on if your team is good or not. A road trip is supposed to be just for the memories that come with it. Fight, yeah, Pete Carmichael ain't looking like that great of an offensive coordinator at this point either. There's a lot of, I might seem like I'm going at Jameis because the quarterback always gets too much blame and too much love, but there's a lot of factors. Like Dennis Allen deserves a lot of heat. I'm sorry, this is his second stint as a head coach, and so far it ain't looking as good as it was even when his first stint. And his first stint wasn't looking good. It ain't looking good for a lot of folks right now. Bench Jameis. We are trash. Yep. It's, self-realization is a good thing sometimes. I think Saints fans, maybe I was being too hard in the beginning of this video. Maybe we're realizing we can't keep fooling ourselves that everything is rainbow and sunshine and lollipops. Is Dalton that bad? I mean, Dalton's not that great, but he can't be worse than a hobble Jameis. I'd rather sit Jameis for a few weeks, let him get rested, let him get healthy, and then we'll bring him back when he feels like he's at least at 80%. And then look, at that point, look, probably your career's on the line. What can you do? But it's a shame because along with just the mental shit that Jameis struggles with, he usually can make up for that with how physically gifted he was as a quarterback. But he doesn't have those physical traits right now because he's hurt. So it's like his body is failing him too. And it sucks. Like, it really sucks. My girl Cheryl says we look terrible. Terrible is a compliment at this point. We look worse than terrible. A lot of people look good in preseason, Mike. Finally, a Saints. I mean, I haven't listened to other Saints podcasts yet, but I will hope that they're going to be realists about this now. Week 1, we got away with being the Falcons because the Falcons did the Falcons what they always do. They choked. Week 2, we can be like, you know what? It was a heavyweight fight between two good teams. The Bucks threw the final haymaker. They won. You take it on the chin, you get back up, and you dust yourself off. This is the Carolina Panthers, y'all. We outgained them by like 175 yards, and we still lost by 2 scores. I mean, you can say 1 score because we got that garbage-ass touchdown, but give me a break, y'all. We're not playing work. We ain't playing the Buffalo Bills. If we pick the Buffalo Bills and look this bad, you can lie to yourself and say, well, the Bills are on another level than everybody right now. This was the worst team in the league, probably behind us in Carolina, and we look like shit against them. It's time to stop lying to ourselves, guys. I know we want to be fans and we want to be optimistic and, as a Saints fan, you got to be optimistic. We got to cheer for our guys. Ain't nobody not cheering for our guys, folks. Nobody's going to go into the game next Sunday and be like, this team sucks. We're going to lose the game. We're always going to cheer for our guys. But you can be a realist and be a fan at the same time. You don't always have to lie to yourself just to make yourself feel like, I'm a true fan. I cheer for the Saints no matter what. Ain't nobody not cheering for the Saints. But shit, you can be a realist sometimes too, folks. Mike says we lost to the worst team in the NFL. I think we are the worst team, Mike, to be honest with you. Again, if the Falcons didn't do what the Falcons usually do, boy, we fucking suck. Yep. I'm not gonna say Jameis sucks. I just don't think he's the answer at quarterback. He's not a franchise quarterback, folks. He doesn't suck. He's not a franchise quarterback. He's just not. Injury or not, he is not a franchise quarterback. He's not. 5 picks, 2 touchdowns in 3 games. It should have been 6 picks, honestly. Marquez Callaway saved him today with that last touchdown he threw. You know what, Trav? I can't even sit here and say that it would be better with Dalton. It can't be worse, though. It cannot be worse than with Dalton. You know what? Because I'm in a good mood. Hold on. I will be more than happy to have some people come on the show. Let me see. I just put it in the comments. I should pin it. But if anybody, I'm not going to be all long, but if anybody wants to come, if anybody actually wants to rebuttal me, I'll give you a few minutes to rebuttal me. It is what it is. I can't even fault you, my boy. I have to turn that shit off. And you know what, guys? We got to wake up at 8 a.m. if you're on New Orleans time next week to watch this shit. We got to wake up because the game is in London next week. We got to wake up at 8 a.m. If you're a West Coast Saints fan, I mean, you got to wake up at 6 a.m. to watch this shitty-ass team. Woo! But we're not real fans, you know. We're not real fans because we're being real about the team right now. We suck. Get the house to Lamar. I'm carrying champagne's water like I usually do, but he had a shot to draft Lamar Jackson, and he skipped on him for Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport is a fine player. Marcus Davenport ain't Lamar Jackson. We had Lamar Jackson in our grips, and we skipped out on him. So if Peyton does deserve some blame, it's because he did leave us in a bit of a hole with this team right now, with not having a clear quarterback for the future. We got a ton of money tied to Taysom Hill, who plays like 5 plays a game. I like Taysom. I don't mind the contract, but if you're going to pay somebody that much money, play him. And then he's always hurt. So shit, if we do play him a lot, he's probably going to get hurt. He said, no, don't do all that now, my dude. Don't do all that. We're going to ride it out with the team, but I appreciate fans who can call a spade a spade. Why does our O-line look like Swiss cheese? A lot of it is the O-line. A lot of it is that Drew Brees was a master at, even when our O-line was just decent. Drew Brees can make a decent O-line look great because he knew how to call out blitzes, get the ball out. James doesn't have that. He just doesn't. And that's fine. Not every quarterback is going to be a Drew Brees. I'm not acting like James has to do all that. But where else we at? Hold on. I've been saying Jameis sucks. It is showing. Again, I don't think Jameis sucks. I just don't think he's an answer. You know, you could be solid in the NFL and have a good career. Like Teddy Bridgewater is a solid quarterback. He's not great. He's not bad. He's solid. Jameis needs to accept that he's never going to be great. I don't think he's ever going to be bad. I mean, when he starts, you know, just pressing, he looks bad. But he could be a solid quarterback, but he's not going to be a franchise quarterback. He's not a guy that you want to lead your team to trying to be. If you're playing for Super Bowls, then no, you don't want Jameis as that guy. You just don't. You got to have like an elite defense. And even then, we have a pretty good defense. I don't think we have a great. The defense has been playing pretty good. Not great, not elite, but they haven't and we still can't win games. So I don't know. I'm rambling, huh? Don't be sad. It's just football. It's all entertainment. We got somebody on. Apollo, what's up, my man?
Hey, Jono.
All right, Apollo. I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm telling you this: if anybody, including you, comes with this optimistic, it's early in the season, give Jameis time BS, I might cut you off. But go ahead, get your opinion off.
I'm not gonna come in with that bullshit. That's some bullshit. This season, I was so optimistic for. Signed in hometown heroes. I mean, we traded CD, but we had to. But I was still optimistic. Week 1 comes around, we come back. Okay, I'm like, it's early in the season. I actually came in with that, but it's early in the season. We got the comeback. We got the win. Tampa Bay comes around. I'm pissed. James threw 3 picks. And this week comes around. This is the last week I was holding out hope for. Now I'm just dead inside. Life of a Saints fan.
Facts. And I don't want to make it sound like there's a big old pity party being thrown by Saints fans, but I think we also have to accept, you can only go by Apollo, what you see on the TV screen, right? Like, and they have given us no reason besides the Falcons choking in the fourth quarter to have any optimism of saying, oh, keep your head up, everything's going to be fine. No, this team looks bad. If this was the Bucks, the Panthers, or the Falcons who had these first 3 weeks, again, we would be dancing on their graves right now. We'd be like, wow, it's good to know that we got one team in the division that looks like complete crap. But because it's the Saints, a lot of fans are probably going to, be glass half full or whatever. But no, it looks bad. So Apollo, I don't want to say it falls on one person, but we're going to do some hot take type shit. If we had to put it all, like if you have to put it on one person, who deserves the most blame? And don't get me wrong, a lot of people deserve blame. But if you had to put it on one person, who are you putting that blame on?
The play calling is absolute shit.
So are you blaming that on Carmichael, or are you going on Dennis Allen?
Because I think Dennis Allen's relying on Carmichael because offense is supposed to be his specialty. So I think he's relying on Carmichael to call the plays. So I think it's Carmichael that's really to blame.
Yeah, the offense has shown no creativity, and it makes me laugh because, I swear Saints fans were like, it was time for Sean Payton to go. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what the offense looks like without Sean Payton. I would say this, though. Dennis Allen is the head coach, so it's on him to get his offensive coordinators and all his assistant coaches and tell them what they got to do to get their shit together. So I would put the blame actually on Dennis Allen. Like, come on, dude, you're the head coach now. This is why you flamed out in Oakland, because you either got it as a head coach or you don't. And right now, Dennis Allen has given me no optimism that he is even a good head coach. He's okay. I'm not going to say he's bad. I'm not going to overreact that much, but I've seen what he's done in Oakland, and he failed. And now, and in Oakland, it's just like the Jameis argument. You can always make a excuse or whatever you want to call it. Like, oh, in Oakland, he didn't have good leadership from his front office, and he didn't have great talent. Well, guess what? You got a pretty good front office in New Orleans, I want to say. You got some damn good talent, and you're 1-2, and you should be 0-3. So I'm blaming this on Dennis Allen a little bit. Like, get a head coach, my dude. Get it together. How many excuses are you going to have for guys like Dennis Allen and Jameis Winston of it's always somebody else's fault, or it's always circumstance? You know what? Circumstance is a motherfucker in the NFL. You either deal with it or you don't. Last year sucked for us. We had injuries. We had COVID. And Sean Payton still got us to 9 wins. This year, we have a few injuries, but nothing where we should be like waving a white flag the way we look. And we are 1-2. And I think it'll be a miracle at this point if we get to 9 wins this year.
Yeah, I blame Dennis Allen a lot too for relying on Carmichael after the first 2 games where we generated no offense.
Yeah, it's it ain't looking good, Apollo. I'm gonna add my dude DT to the chat. DT, what you gotta say?
Wow, what you say, bro?
Hey man, I'm just venting it all out. I'm gonna vent this all out, then I'm gonna go eat some dinner. I'm gonna calm down, and go on with life.
Look, bro, I'm a diehard fan, but I'm also a realist, and I go off of what I see. And Jameis not the guy, bro. Like I've been saying it from the off season, dog. If Sean Payton believed in Jameis, he would still be coaching his team. I genuinely feel that way. If he believed in his heart that Jameis was going to get us to a chip, he would still be coaching on the sideline. That speaks volumes to me.
You know what, DT? And I also say, besides, I said that, and I also say and I said this in live streams throughout the offseason, and we always gonna have the Jameis, apologists or diehards, and I was like, guys, let's kind of take a look at the writing on the wall. Sean Payton left, and we went balls to the wall for Deshaun Watson. And the report came out like about 3 weeks ago that we tried to go after Russell Wilson too. So I'm like, do y'all not see that the front office clearly isn't as all in on Jameis as some of the fans might be?
Right.
To me, DT, that's just telling. Like, if your front office doesn't have that much faith in you, well, then maybe you're just not
right.
that guy.
Yeah, and they see him every day. Like,
Right.
so you know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, listen, I'm not one to just be I'm not gonna disrespect him like that. But he definitely has the talent, like physically. I just like
Right.
the most important muscle of all is the one between the ears, bro. And like I just like to man, it's like I'm not calling the man dumb or nothing. I'm just saying like
Not at all.
I don't know, bro. Like I don't know if he makes the right decisions at the right times. Our offensive line blocks for him. Like I feel like he be holding on to that ball way too long. His drop back is way too far. Like it just be like, bro, like and honestly, I do feel like we spoiled by Breeze's greatness. Like Breeze was so great that like we like when we think of a quarterback, that's our reference point. So like anything short of that is like fuck, like damn, this dude horrible. Like
And you know what? And that's the thing. Because when Drew retired, I said, I'm not going to hold Jameis to this incredibly unattainable standard of you got to be the next Drew Brees. My comparison was always, you see what Ryan Tannehill did in Tennessee, right? Like he wasn't
yep.
this amazing guy, but he played within his game. He didn't turn the ball over. He even got into the AFC Championship game. I was like, James,
Right.
you ain't got to be the next Hall of Fame quarterback. Play within your game. Take the easy look. You ain't got to throw bombs or whatever and force plays. Do that, and we could be successful. It doesn't seem like he has it in him because the second that things start going bad, or when we're playing like catch up, James are always just going to revert to the old James where he's just not throwing the ball up and trying to make a play. It's like you don't win games that way, James. On top
but
of
look,
the fact that he's hurt, and on top of the fact that, again, like you said, just some mental things that he does not know how to call out defensive coverages to help his O line out. He doesn't know how to read the blitzes. He doesn't know how to do those type of things. I want him to, but he's showing that he can. And that doesn't make me or you a hater. It just means that we gotta go by what we see on TV.
Bro, I'm a realist, bro, and like I was trying, like the leash was short with me off the rip. Like I would like I know some Saints fans like, bro, let's give him a whole season healthy. I'm like, bro, I got 4 weeks on it, brother. Like, and I'm like, I ain't that leash ain't long for me. Like, I honestly, but that goes back to we not Sean Payton gone, Breeze is gone. Our identity is defense first. So we need to we got a defensive minded coach. So what we need to do, we need to take a page out of the 49ers book. Jimmy G he ain't gonna blow your socks off, but Jimmy G ain't gonna throw the game neither. We need a quarterback we got an elite defense, and we just need a quarterback that's not gonna throw the game. That's gonna keep us in the game and win it for us when we need to, but like he ain't gotta play heroics. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And at this point, I'm starting to he's not gonna be a savior. I'm not acting like he's the freaking coming of Jesus, but I think at this point, right now, Andy Dalton does that for us.
I think so. We
Especially
come
with
out,
James
bro.
being hurt. Like if he's hurt, then take him out the game.
Easy, bro. We just need a quarterback that, bro. He ain't got to blow our socks off, go 400 yards, like, bro. Let that defense, that elite defense, play stout and shit, man. As long as Andy don't throw us out the game, we good.
And Dennis Allen honestly doesn't have. You talk about a leash. Jameis shouldn't have a long leash because again, we don't have a first round draft pick, so it's not like we could be like, well, you know what? Okay, we'll take out Long's this year, then we'll look for a quarterback in the first round next year. We gave our first round pick to Philadelphia. We maneuvered this offseason, Mickey Loomis and Dennis Allen in the front office as if we still got a shot at being a championship contender team. So
right.
So there's no optimism. Like the Saints have got to get this together as soon as possible. Whatever that move is, if it means bitching Jameis relieving Pete Carmichael of his offensive play calling duties, I don't know. But they gotta get it together because there is no first round pick to look forward to. Unless you're hoping that Sean Payton is going to get us a first round pick if Dallas or the Chargers or whoever panics and gives us a first round pick for him. But we operated this offseason with this season being, I'm not going to say Super Bowl or bust, but it was a playoffs or bust type season. And right now that shit is blowing up in our face.
Right. Nah, man. Like I said, bro, like we got the talent, bro. And I mean, our coaching staff is damn near still intact, to be honest with you. Like, I just feel like before we lose the team and lose chemistry, bro, like DA gonna have to make that hard decision, and just, bro, we gotta go with Dalton, bro, like because, bro, they can't expect fans to check in with this shit every single week, bro. Like at some point, you know what I'm saying, like it you got to make that hard decision, and I mean, it's not that hard to be honest with you,
Right,
like.
right. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That's
Exactly.
what the Saints are in right now, unless they make a move. And again, I'm sure you are cheering hard for Jameis. I'm cheering hard for Jameis. I don't want Jameis to not be a good quarterback, but you can only go by what you see on the field.
That's it. That's
And
it.
you either got it or you don't, and he's not, And I'm like, you know what? I'm sure there's going to be other Saints live streamers and other Saints fans who still come back and say,
Give him a chance.
Even though it's year 8, this is 8 years of quarterback, but we still got to give Jameis more time and yada, yada,
Nah,
yada.
man, he got all the time he need, bro. Like, bro, we gave him, bro. This dude got Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Kamara. I mean, dude got the weapons, dog. Like, it ain't like he without weapons. He got a really good offensive line. Like, the dude got everything around him. Like,
At least Olave looked good.
Olave looks real good. And we keep talking about these weapons, but unfortunately, we lost Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry and Traquan Smith today. So it may go back to 2021 again, where we relying on Marquez Callaway as our number one. It's one of those when it rains, it pours type things. But yeah, I'm not.
How long Michael Thomas, like how bad was his injury? I missed that part.
He did not come back to the game, but I guess we'll find out later this week what happens. I'll tell you what, the fact that I believe we are literally about to take the flight to London right now.
Oh,
yeah, that's like the worst time, right? Like
worst time.
Bad ankle, bad knee, whatever he hurt. Trey Klein had a concussion. Michael has a bad ankle, and now we gotta. I assume we're gonna have to fly them to London, and gonna have a very angry Minnesota Vikings team coming to town. Oh, actually, the Vikings won. So that's that. So yeah, it's not looking good, guys.
Honestly, let's just give it
Come on.
Do y'all have any final words before we shut off this live stream?
Shit, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Just like, bro, we just gotta, we gotta make that coaching staff gotta make that decision and move forward in a while it's still early in the season. That might be difficult, like traveling to London to pull Jameis out the starting lineup, but we like after that, like after the London game, it's like, bro, we gotta,
I won't
roll
even use the London game as an excuse. This is what we're paying Dennis Allen the big bucks for now. You want to be the head coach, you got to make the tough choices. So you got to
make tough choices, bro.
Try to get this shit together, or you just going to keep.
What they pay? What they paying Jameis? What, $8 million a year, some shit like that?
Exactly, that's pretty cheap for a quarterback.
So I mean,
him. So I'm not worrying necessarily about the contract aspect of that.
Exactly.
But,
I mean, probably the worst thing I hate is that now, like we proven the national media right. Like that's the reason why I wanted Jameis to succeed.
I made fun of so many, analysts that was like, "What the Saints are doing? Why would you trade a first round pick for wide receiver and a left tackle?" And I was like, "You want to kiss our ass? We're trying to win games." And I'll give them look. Right now, they have all the ammo they want. When the college was to say, "We told y'all that y'all are making a mistake by trying to retool instead of rebuild because we don't have any argument to go back on right now and say, yeah, you know what." You guys are wrong. Like they deserve all the shit talk right now.
Yep, they got it. They got it.
Turn it around, and maybe we will. We've done it before, but I've seen nothing that even gives me slight hope that we can turn it around unless Dennis Allen makes some tough choices.
Nah, bro. Yeah, put
it's his career. If he wants to ride the James Winston wagon until the wheels fall off, more power to you, Dennis Allen. Just know that. I hope Dennis Allen knows this. You don't get 3 shots as a head coach in the NFL. You're lucky that you get a second shot after what you did in Oakland. But if you fuck up this head coach tenure, you will never be a head coach again. So,
like I said, Jono, he go pull a plug on Jameis, install Andy, be a defensive first coach, a team, run the rock. We got 2 great running backs. Run that rock, and you know what I'm saying, and just
Well,
like
you know what? Let me stop you there. I don't want to use the word great right now after because Ingram and Kamara fucked us over the past 2 weeks. They deserve some.
they did. I ain't
They
gonna
both
lie,
put
they
us in
did.
some shitty ass spots. Not spots where the game was over, but they put us in, some bad spots. So they deserve some flack too.
For sure. You're right. But, like I said, bro, that defense way too elite to just waste it. I mean, that offense is fucking, bro, talented. So it's like, bro, like we got the team, we got the recipe to get to a Super Bowl, dog.
Put Alvin Kamara at quarterback.
I, that's I don't know. I don't even know if we got the recipe for. I don't know.
I don't
Cam
know. I don't know.
look
I
like
don't
his
know, bro.
age. Unfortunately, Demario's starting to look like his age. If we want to be honest, Tyrann Matthew hasn't really done much. I know we excited that he's back
I
home,
know.
but we look like at best,
The,
a,
the,
a wild card team that as our peak. But I'm thinking that even. Look, a great quarterback solves everything, right? Like, yeah, you give us Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, you put him on the team. Yeah, I think we're like a Super Bowl team.
Bruh.
Everybody with a great quarterback does that. But
I remember in the all season, when there was like some rumblings about the Saints possibly signing Jimmy G. I'm kind of like, fuck, man, we should have did that.
I was against that move because I wear that on my chest. I was like, I would rather ride with Jameis and unfortunately though, but I didn't, Jameis
Right.
just seems like he's breaking down, and it's sad because he's only 28 years old. But the dude tore his ACL last year, then he has the ankle injury in training camp, and he has the 4 broken bones in his back. Now the ankle injury is apparently flaring up again, and I'm like, dude, it looks like your body is starting to break down already at 28 years old, and I hate that for him. Like, I hate that. Like,
Right.
Jameis is not going to be the answer. I want Jameis to not be the answer because he just simply didn't have it, right? Like,
Right.
I give him the fact that he's hurt. I understand that, and I feel like that's so unfortunate that his body is failing him right now at the most critical time of his career.
Right.
But he's also not showing. Drew Brees could play injured and he'll make up for it. And again, this is
Right.
bad because you don't want to compare anybody to Drew Brees because Drew Brees is the top 10 quarterback of all time.
Of all time.
Drew Brees had the busted ribs in 2020, and he was able to make do with that by beating teams other ways.
Bro, and another thing,
that
and
just takes away everything from him because he's like he can't beat teams any other way but besides his physical tools. And right now he doesn't have his physical tools. So now we got not even bad, we got atrocious Jameis.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing. Like, not to go back to comparing him to Drew, but like that's the one thing that I realized that we gonna miss so much about the greatness of Drew is that Drew could throw you open. Like, he could throw his receivers open. Jameis, that receiver got to be damn wide open like for him to hit it. Like, Drew excelled at like throwing in them tight windows. Jameis ain't got that, bro.
And that's when the final 2 years when fans were trying to, not every fan, it was just some fans, they were rushing to get Drew Brees out the door, right? Like, oh, it's time for Drew to go. We need more air yards. Everybody had a hard on for air yards. And I'm like, okay, y'all, I promise you when we get the air yards back, that's going to be fine and dandy, but you're going to miss Drew Brees' IQ. And that's where some fans just could not, maybe we got spoiled, that they took it for granted. I'm like, dude, Drew Brees do not grow on trees. Yes, it sucks that he was limited his last 2 years because his age was starting to show. He wasn't taking whatever Tom Brady is taking because I think Tom Brady is taking. That's what I meant on live stream.
I told my daddy that last week. I was like, bro, well, Drew need to call up whoever Brady's dealer is and get on that and make a comeback.
That man knows something.
Besides bro, you see, bro, I thought I was the only one that noticed that, bro.
He knows something, and more power to him. He's getting away with it, so more power to him. But,
it's Brady. They would never take him down.
but it goes to show again. This is how we're gonna close out this show. When one of the things I told Saints fans when Payton had retired or whatever word you want to step down, I was like, guys, this isn't good. I'm not gonna say it's like the world is turning over, like it's about to be horrible. It is horrible, but I was like, you don't lose a Hall of Fame quarterback and a top 5 head coach, particularly a Hall of Fame coach, in back-to-back seasons, and that's like everything is going to be cookie story. Everything's going to be A-OK. And I had some fans give me some pushback on that. Like, Jonathan, you're being negative. You're being, look at the positive side or whatever. And I bought into it. I said, I'm going to be positive. We kept in his Adam. We got the stability. Jameis Winston showed last year that he could probably be a guy who can manage the offense.
Right.
But, yeah, look how we look now. So I guess all that to say, losing a Hall of Fame quarterback and losing a Hall of Fame type coach, it does have an effect.
Exactly. There you go, bro.
Apollo, DT, I appreciate y'all. DT, I know this is your first time calling into my show, so don't be a stranger when I do more live streams, all right?
Hey, man, I love your fucking channel, bro. God bless you. I definitely want to see you grow and blow up, man.
You know what? Here, I guess I'll be glass half full finally. You can have a lot of fun with your content when your team sucks. So I'll probably find a good way to put some comedic elements to it. But right now, I just wanted to vent as an actual fan.
For sure.
I'll shut this live stream off. I'm going to put my content creator cap on, and I'll try to find a funny way for us to laugh at the misery that we are in right now.
Hell yeah, man. Keep these live streams up, bro. I'll tap in every Sunday.
I appreciate you, DT. Apollo, I appreciate you too, my man.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Appreciate those guys for calling in. All right, guys. I said it was going to be a long live stream. I'm sure they got some other Saints people live streaming right now, so definitely go check those guys out. Please start a podcast. It's all about time. Like AJ, I want to do more live streams and podcasts, but I also I got to go do whatever skit I think of or whatever. So there's only so many hours in a day, but I'm going to try to do more live streams and podcasts. And y'all can hear me yell, I guess. It's going to be a lot of yelling this season. I can tell you that. It's going to be a lot of yelling this season. What up to my dog, St. John Butler. Now, that's a guy who should have a live stream or a podcast. All right, guys. So, again, to close out the show, we suck. We suck. We suck. I would love to see if there's anybody who's going to dare to put lipstick on a pig with this team and act like everything is fine and that we can still get it together. Nah, we look bad. It's sad because we have so much talent. Like a team with the talent we have should not be this bad. But then I'm starting to wonder, just how good is our talent at this point, right? Cam Jordan had 0 sacks in the first 3 weeks. Has Father Time calling up to Cam Jordan? Demario Davis has looked pretty good, but he doesn't look like that elite linebacker that we're used to. Is Father Time catching up to him? Tyrann Mathieu has been solid, but he hasn't been great. It's Father Time catching up to him. Michael Thomas got hurt again today, which sucked because he was our best player. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. But I don't know. Maybe somebody could convince me on another podcast or something that the sky is not falling. But right now, John Barnes is a sky is falling type guy. I appreciate all your comments. Look, no opinion is wrong. If you want to be glass half full, it's more power to you. Expect that somebody's going to probably push back on you with it. But I'm not saying that anybody who wants to be glass half full is stupid or anything like that. That's the beautiful thing about life, right? We're all entitled to have an opinion. I just think right now that the opinions of people saying that we should be optimistic are wrong. But I appreciate the hell out of all of you guys. Check my YouTube in like an hour and a half. I did do if you're a loyal subscriber to the channel, I usually do like my reaction videos while I'm watching the game or whatnot. I did do that, so I'll upload that, and then I'll probably do a skip tonight or tomorrow and try my best to make you guys laugh at the pain that we're in right now. Hopefully the Saints can get it together. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike A. Are you in my class, Mike? I'm having a brain fart of y'all. Holy cross, baby. I appreciate all of you guys. If you're new to the channel because you want to see some Saints fan rant and ramble, hit the like and subscribe button. For all of the large subscribers, I love and appreciate all you guys. Never forget, no matter what, no matter if we go 1-16, no matter if we go now 15-2, it's still who that. It's still who that. Mike, class of 06, baby. Appreciate you. Love you guys. I will see you guys very, very soon. Check out the content I have because this game sure as hell gave us a lot of content. Appreciate you guys. It's still who that.